the conduction away into the trough, and the other one is, excuse me,
There it goes.
these are long days sometimes, is the insulating. And I've tried a couple different types of insulation, and I'm close. And then the last one is the booster circuit. You know, just this afternoon I was talking with my wife, which almost never happens, and she was happy to listen to me talk. And I was explaining to her that we come from an industry and a background and a mindset where we don't just flip on the switch and hope that things don't catch fire. That from the very beginning we try to make it so that in a failed condition you have time to react and you don't go to catastrophic conditions quickly. I think this was one of the discussions that Tim and I were having, where it was a difference in temperature control.
We've also had this discussion over the past couple of days with a few people who come by.
Well, and so the point is that I don't want to make a build platform that will go to 200 degrees C. No good will come from that. We were trying to find out what is that hottest part. In all truth, from all the metrics we've done, 100 degrees, between 90 and 100 degrees is about where you're going to want to be able to get the build platform and hold it in humid conditions on ABS. And that's really why we haven't pushed too hard one way or the other. We're trying to get these characteristics. We know full well that the build platform is removable. We know full well that we'll improve it. I already have 2 new designs coming, but I got to ship, and these work. And so I'm going to get them in your hands. We improve on it, I'll get them in your hands again.
Yeah.
And if it means it's a better thing for the Kickstarters, I'll give it to you exactly at what we pay for it.
Yeah.
So we're not trying to pull any hanky-panky.
No.
What we got is already 10 times better than what I originally purchased online from people. And so it's a big step forward for us, and I think for everybody. But I also see, and I'd be lying if I told you otherwise, I see there are a couple of little improvements that would make this even a sweeter build platform. And we're working towards that.
And please keep in mind, guys, that the heated build platform by itself, basically everything on the printer is modular, so that when we come up with a new one, take off the old one, put a new one on.
It's a 15-minute job to remove the build platform, put a new heated build platform on, and retram it. 15 minutes, start to finish. So, and the new one that I've got envisioned is cast.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody knows what that means, but when you cast something, it has almost no residual stress, which means when you warm it up, it doesn't do a lot of bowing. So it's a cast plate, but it's a cast plate with honeycomb structure in it. And this will be light, almost as light as the one we have, and it will be very flat.
Yeah.
Now what we've got is pretty flat.
Yes.
Plus or minus 0.005 of an inch or 1/10 of a millimeter over the entire build surface is where we tram it to. That's pretty good. It's not CNC quality, but it's pretty good. So it's good enough for us to print on.
Yeah.
So let's let me just say that I will have made a decision if we're going to do anything further with the build platform other than possibly the slots that we put in it already, and then the type of insulation. I am 95% sure we will do some form of coating, whether it's the RTV or whether we actually include a fiberglass insulation under the bottom of it, because we are losing maybe 20% of our energy there, and that's really all we're hoping to get is another 20% increase in temperature.
Yeah.
So for what it's worth.
Yeah, so he says, ideally only heat the area the part covers for Powers USA.
Ideally, I would magically use my plasma magnetic levitational device, and it would float on a cushion of superconductor, chilled, magnificent wonderfulness, and we would only heat with our brain waves to exactly the temperature we wanted. Unfortunately, in the real world, it's not as easy to heat a little spot and hold it without conducting the heat to someone that's holding it. So there are some challenges or some parameters that have to be adhered to when doing this. We're working on it. We're making great progress.
Let's see. X-Ray Charlie asks, "Can you send me a copy of that file?" He's talking about the big guy.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that'll be just fine.
Can you remind me of that?
Yes, I will. So I had to
If
check,
you don't
I had to
get
check
it,
with the boss first.
you don't get it in the next 48 hours, Ken, or 24 hours, shoot me an email personally, and I will just flip it right around to you.
Yeah. See, June Lee says, get a dehumidifier. And
the whole South needs a dehumidifier. We are having a record summer. I don't know if you guys know it. Typical August day is 92 degrees, 103% humidity.
it was like 67
Today was bizarre. It didn't even hit 70 degrees. We thought it was October, but it rained nonstop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we just strange stuff. Strange stuff.
The good news is that we're no longer in a drought. That's that's for darn sure. We're no longer in a drought.
I feel like we moved to a subtropical island off of the northwest. I mean,
I know.
this is August in Alaska is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, Nerd Rock says maybe use salt or something like it to remove humidity in the box. Yeoman says rice boxes. So,
And that's
cool.
those are good. That's actually good input.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Ugh.
So, again, guys, we will be testing this sometime in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. So, this is the...
Oh, I'm sure we're going to play with that this week.
Yeah. Oh, this week?
That's the
Okay.
next material to try.
It is?
I
thought
think
I
so.
thought we had a few extras. But oh, that's right. We're still waiting for a couple people to come back from doing their own stuff, like Pam and East and a few
Yeah,
others.
but you know what? I'm trying to get the plastic more in the mainstream, so I think another plastic print's a good idea, and I'd like to follow up with this one.
Okay.
And then,
And just so you guys know, yes, it's 618 and 645. So there you go. Okay. Yes. Yes.
this week we will be making potentially a lot of these,
Yes.
and it's not like that. My favorite Martian. But we will definitely post pictures of this and probably shoot a YouTube video of it. We need to get Jorge's permission to do that. So far, only
Yeah.
people have seen this, and that's not a copyright infringement. I believe there'll be no problem. This guy's been really easy to work with and very, very congenial, so I don't expect an issue.
Yes, the Casa de Talman did release the new material T-Glass, and we do have that on order. So we're just waiting for it to come in.
Is that the one that's FDA certified?
That was one of the ones that was going to be, that is FDA. So yeah. But it's a lower temperature.
I'm very interested in seeing what properties the nylon is. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure a lot of you are aware of it, but you know you can make plastic alloys out of plastic the same way you do metals. And so I was looking at what some of the ABS nylon alloys are because it looked like they could be co-extruded at the same temperature. And it was very interesting to do some reading and see that they actually are successful at some of the alloys, but that adding extra nylon actually weakened most of the structures.
Yep.
So it's depending on what you're trying to do. I don't know if the elongation is better in the nylon. Certainly a nylon rope is more popular than an ABS rope.
That's true. Yeah.
So I'm not sure what the qualities are, but I'm thinking we could print nylon where we want some stretching going on and fill it in with ABS and maybe be able to do some cross-linking or joining. You know, a lot of plastics won't cross-link and they will not also fuse together mechanically. So in that case, the seam just snaps right open. But if you can get them so that they do chemical cross-linking or mechanical seaming where they just fuse together and make a blob, but they're intertwined, so to speak, then you get some interesting mechanical properties. And someone was nice enough to write that nylon is a lot stronger and flexible.
The Costa.
And if we want tensile strength and flexibility, nylon would be the material of choice.
Yeah.
But in some cases, we want a little more rigidity out of it. And in that case, you might make a frame with joints in it made out of nylon. And I can see where you have some real potential with these materials. So,
Yeah. Let's see. Robbie Halverson asks, is the platform heated for the time is printing the first few layers or for the whole job? Good question.
we'll throw that in there again.
Is the platform heated, meaning the build platform, is it heated for the very first few layers, or is it for the whole print?
Up to this time, we feel. Let me see if I can state this correctly. In my experience, it's good to keep the heated build platform running for your whole build. Now, it could be we haven't managed to get 4 or 5 inches high yet in a major build. No,
Okay.
I haven't.
I haven't. Major build.
I haven't in a major build.
We've done the vases.
Yeah. But you know, that's a good point. So let me just show you what's going on. We did print these.
Yeah.
We didn't buy these, and we didn't have someone else print them.
Yeah.
Okay. When you print something like this, the temperature differential layer to layer is several degrees. So by the time you get 50 layers out, you're at room temperature on the one side, and you're at the molten 235, 240 degrees C on the part, your surface that you're actually fusing to. These have very good stability. They were printed a month apart. If you look carefully at the seaming and the dimensions, you'll see they line up quite well.
There you go. Yeah.
So as far as dimensional stability goes, I don't think that after you've got your sticking issues solved, and that was the key. And once you let the first 4, 5, 6, 10 layers relax, then probably you can pull the heat back down. But when I say probably, that is not gospel. It is not the voice of absolute experience by making 10,000 prints. I know there are some people out there that are better positioned to give you that answer. We will make lots of prints, and of course we will tell you more and more when we think you can get away with turning the temperature down. The nice thing is, it's an M code. It is inserted wherever you want randomly. It can be feathered down. We can drop it a degree for every layer you go up. We can do all kinds of things because we own the code, and we love that. And so that's a good thing.
I do, yeah.
So I didn't really answer your question. The truth of it is, we can't tell you definitively if you can get away with running it cold after so many layers. Right now, we try it on full blast, and everything I've run that I had good success with, I kept it at 100 degrees, right at 100 degrees C throughout the whole print. And it stayed and behaved itself and laid down.
Stayed put.
And gave us a beautiful finish and very good dimensional tolerances. So I have no reason to believe that you're going to run it ice cold after you go up 10 layers. I'm believing it will be a heated build platform of some type with ABS, not PLA, different animal, completely different characteristics. ABS looks like you can print cold from everybody's experience. We will give you that firsthand this week as well. All right.
Okay. Serpenius asks, can we get a final spec sheet for the printers sometime this week, including temps for the heated build table and hotheads? Just trying to get everything ready.
We should be able to do that. We should be able to do that.
Good. Yeah. Good. Nerd Rock says, would make sense to have a common variable. Yes. Robbie Halverson, good enough. I was just wondering about throttling for power use reduction. Maybe it's not a big savings.
Basically, the printer runs about a kilowatt max. We have a 650 watt power supply, but its efficiency is like in the 80% range. So it's even under a kilowatt. And probably a regular one, because you never get close to 650 watts. I'm going to say you're running about half a kilowatt. So here in Georgia, where electricity is dirt cheap, it costs about a nickel an hour to run your printer.
Yeah.
In California, it runs about a dime an hour. In Hawaii, it's about 18 cents an hour.
Yeah.
In Europe, it's about $35 an hour. So there you go. Actually, their electricity is not much different than California.
No. But they have a lot more subsidies out there for solar and renewable energies and stuff like that. So
that's exactly what I was saying. Get solar panels so you can print with them.
Yeah.
I like it.
Get solar panels.
You know, it's not as expensive as you might think. We actually looked into that. If you're only going to need 500 watts, and that's just not even 3 full panels, you can buy the panels for $250 each. For $750, you can print the rest of your life with no extra charge.
Yeah.
during the day.
Yes.
Otherwise, look up those nickel iron batteries.
Yeah.
Those are awesome. All right, guys. We've been keeping you up a long time. It's 2 hours now into the broadcast. As always, we've loved all the questions and interactions. So if anybody else has got any questions, we won't leave if you're asking questions.
Yeah.
But we hope we've enjoyed this, and we're really looking forward to this next month where we're getting out and meeting everybody, watching the look on your face. Hopefully, won't have to wear a Kevlar vest, and I think everybody's going to be glad that they stuck the course, and we appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
So.
Julie says it's not just the panel. Think of the battery you store the electricity. So thank you, DeCosted. Eagle J says I could probably come to close to running it off the 42.
42. Oh, Nerd Rock's never got a survey.
You should have. If you didn't, there's a reason why. There's a reason why. He's the gentleman out of New Jersey.
Right.
Yeah. So,
You didn't get a survey because you don't count.
That's right.
Meaning, you and I already talked.
Yes.
You're getting a System 30
Yes.
with side mount into discussion. And I'm not because of what you've done for us, we're not charging you anything extra.
That's right.
So, and I'm personally going to deliver it.
Okay, good. Constant, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Oh, he's talking about this. Oh. It's a solar panel battery thing, yeah.
I like it. It's awesome. Okay, so everyone's telling us, Nerd Rocks, I am gonna have to Skype in with you a little later this week because I want to set up the time that we're gonna visit, and so I look forward to talking to you. Same thing's true with Ken. We're gonna try and coordinate some kind of a do rendezvous while you're in your Texas trip.
Yes.
And the rest of you guys, we are planning our trips to the West Coast,
Yes.
to Minneapolis,
Yes.
and the 2 trips up the East Coast. So
Yeah.
bear with us. We're working, and it's getting there. So thank you so much, you guys, and we will look forward to talking to you and seeing you in person and hearing all your feedback any which way it is. So blessings on all of you.
Yes.
And
next, the next live
you'll have to
podcast.
announce it because I'm supposed to be actually on the road, dropping off a few printers to a few of our deliveries.
Yes.
Next weekend.
Yes.
And so
play it by ear, guys. In the meantime,
Hutch can do a Hutch only broadcast. He's awesome.
Thanks, Carl. The next, if you have any other questions, please reach out to us at HYREL3D@gmail.com, and we'll answer them as best we can. So yes, World Maker Fair or bust. So in September, but we will have a few more live broadcasts before then. So yes. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us, and I guess we'll see you next time.
Blessings on all of you. Thanks.
Night.